Hey guys, how are you? I hope everyone had a fantastic World Card Making Day. I know I did, and I was just really impressed by the community as a whole because it was like everybody was just out watching stuff and making stuff, and I don't know, it was just a pretty awesome day. So I will say hi to Brenda and Lisa, and I'm sure I'm missing somebody else. I think you were the folks I saw in the chat so far. If you're here, welcome. If you're still recouping from World Card Making Day, that makes sense too. So I will actually try to remember to do the YouTubey things and say if you like this content, feel free to hit the like button and feel free to comment, etc., because then YouTube knows that people are interested. So I thought I would do a little showcase of my makes yesterday, and because I haven't taken pictures of them yet, which I was really planning to do, but I don't know. I feel like I was just sort of recouping after the streams a little bit. But anywho, let me just jump down to the desk. Whoa, your comment showed up and then went away. There we go. Yeah, no, I thought that was fun. I had a good time as well. Lynn is always just a pro in terms of running the live stream, so that makes life really easy if you're a panelist. Um, and a lot of them were super cool. Hey, Cordelia, I see you popped in. Hello. Yes, the gang is all here. We all survived World Card Making Day. And well, I guess I'll just jump down to the desk today because, let's look at some cards. And I don't know if you guys caught the Craft Roulette stream. I thought it was a really interesting concept. I'm curious what you guys think if you watched any of it. So essentially, the host didn't craft at all. All the guests were given parameters in advance, and then each one had 20 minutes to make one or more cards. And the parameters were an A2 card, and colors were rainbow, which you could interpret however you wanted, either as a Roy G. Biv kind of rainbow or other rainbows. You'll see what I did in a second. But what else? Nature was the element, and black dots in some form were the, I forget what they call that, the special. It's not called that, but you know what I mean. Let me see what you guys are chit chatting about. Yes. Yeah, the mystery card is really neat. Maybe I'll we should just oh, yeah, we could start with the mystery card. The mystery card is interesting. So the mystery card is a star card, and it's really, I don't know, to me it's almost more decor than a card. So this is what it looks like from the top. This is what it looks like from the sides. Essentially, it's constructed of these 6 boxes, so the whole thing will fold flat. I did notice that sometimes, like, the star points will kind of flip in the wrong way, so if you're sending this to someone, they may need a little tutorial on how to, like, assemble it. I don't know. I forget who did that. I think, I wanna say Crafty Al. I may be wrong. It might have been Biddy Penny, but someone has, like, a PDF printable of, like, instructions on, like, the more complicated fun folds and, like, how to set them up. Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun as well. I was a big fan. I don't know, it's weird to not see the host crafting because I guess the thing I really love about Craft Roulette is sort of like how it feels kind of like streaming with people where you're crafting together. But I don't know, it was probably the right call. It probably would have been like all sorts of chaos. But yeah, well, I folded my paper wrong. I It was luckily recoverable, but I did the final score line at 4.5 versus 5.5. So the way the if you look at the supply list, so there are 6 pieces, which are these orange pieces that are basically almost the size of a normal card front. And then you basically do 4 scores, and then there's a glue tab, which let me see if I can find one. That's not a glue tab. Uh, this is hard to see. Yeah, this is like where there's a half-inch glue tab as well. But, other than that, it kinda goes together pretty straightforward where you like, essentially, once you know how to make one of these segments, you can make all of them. And I thought it was interesting how some people use I think this would be neat to do with solids as well. Um, saw a couple really cool ones in the group in Lynn's group, which I think I spammed earlier. So you can always check out that as well. But I like it. I think I'm probably going to give this one to my mom. I had a couple extra pieces of ephemera, and I just think I'm going to leave it without a sentiment because I think I'm just going to keep it as sort of more of a decor thing because she really likes autumn decor because fall is her favorite season, as is mine. We here in southern Wisconsin went from 80 to 50 in 2 days. So I don't know. I like fall when it's kind of 60. So we'll see. I don't know. As you can see, I'm in my hoodie, so it is hoodie weather. But so that's probably the coolest card I made. Like I hadn't seen this before. I mean, like the number of fun folds I haven't seen is a whole bunch. So, but um, I keep seeing new ones, and I just think they're pretty cool. I saw who was it? Cards by Christy B did a really interesting one I saw recently where you can basically take a 6x6 sheet of paper. Of course, that's the thing I don't have on my desk right now. But essentially, you can fold it in to make a pinwheel out of it, and then you can pull that open and put hide the sentiment or whatnot in there. So I want to try that. That may be one of my upcoming card projects because I like the idea a lot. Um, Let me see what you guys are chatting about. Yep, I cut mine wrong. They're not too hard. Especially if you know what you're making. I feel like the MCAs always take longer because people, including me, are always a little like, "Well, I don't wanna glue this thing down if I don't know what I'm doing, and I might jack it up massively." Yeah, it was, and I mean, like, we have a frost warning tonight, which granted, for being October isn't that weird, but it's sort of like, I was in shorts and had the AC on last week, so I don't know, it's a little bit much. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you? Elizabeth, I'm curious, did your crew do anything for World Card Making Day? I was streaming with Lynn all day, and I'm still looking for other streams to catch up on. I'm pretty sure that someone in your group must have been doing something kind of wacky. Yeah, 53 is a little much for me. I will say. I mean, not that it's yeah, I don't know, it's funny, like, I may have told you this story before. My parents spent a few years in Phoenix right after they were married, and my dad has had this story for forever about how, like, they would go out and play tennis because it was, I don't know, the '70s sometime, and tennis was super popular, and, like, their shoes would actually start to melt, and I was always like, "No, they didn't, like, that's not really a thing," but, a few years ago when I was in Vegas in August, like, I had the same thing happen. My shoes didn't melt, but they definitely got very sticky all of a sudden, and it was kind of a weird sensation, you know? Oh, what is Brickfest? That sounds cool. Like Lego Brickfest or something different? Oh, and I luckily found headphones that were, ooh, 75 would be nice. I'd be okay with 75. Um, I finally found headphones that actually work well for long streams. I forgot I had them. They're like these bone conduction headphones that I got when I was running, but because they're not like sitting in your ears, they're fairly light and sit sort of on top of them. Like I was able to do 6 hours and it didn't drive me nuts. Oh yeah, I've never been to Legoland. It looks super cool, but here I am, massively off topic. But you know, yeah, I mean, I think the coolest thing about Legos is kinda like crafters, like the not the kits so much, but like the individual makes or where people are like recreating real buildings or there's a guy here in Madison who like posts on his Instagram and basically recreates historic buildings or ones of his personal interest. So it's kind of neat where he'll post a photo of the building and then his recreation or his brick creation. I don't know. Is there a word for creating things in Legos? I don't know. What other cards did I make? So this was the first card I made during the craft roulette block. Um, I just cheated and used ephemera, and then I cheated, and the ephemera has little black dots on it. So that was close enough. But I had run across this typography paper, and I really wanted to use it, and I wanted something I don't know, somewhat autumnal because I've been in a super fall mood lately. That card was I don't know, this was probably my least favorite card of the day only because it's sort of like, I don't know, it seems sort of like usually what one would expect one would do with like an ephemera pack and paper. Maybe not my least favorite, but just like the least interesting. And then this one I really liked how it came out because I used a punch and took used rainbow as sort of a fall rainbow. I kind of like this idea of like a fall rainbow. I think this is actually the Spice Market paper pad from recollection. So it's nice because it gives you sort of a nice red to orange, like a very orangey red gradient. Then I reused some of my MFT stamps. This is actually from a dog set where they have the dogs jumping over obstacles. But then for the black dots, I just put on little paw glitter. They're iridescent paw glitter, and I don't think it looks iridescent. Oh, there you can kind of see the iridescence. Anyway, those were my 2 sort of craft roulette cards that I need to photograph at some point and, like, get into their album 'cause, if you do follow play along with them, they have an album in their group as opposed to where should I put my cards? I will put them up here. Um, as opposed to the normal submission thing. And if you register for prizes, you can just fast forward through their stream yesterday, and all the prizes are at the end. Let me see what fun things you guys are chatting about that I am missing. Yeah, I know a lot of adults who are really into Legos, honestly, now. I mean, you know, it's a especially, I know people who use them, like, almost as, like, a fidget kinda thing, where it's sort of like, you know, you can sort of fidget with different things. Prickly. That's good, I like that. I'll have to do that for sure. Well, it wasn't quite cheating, but I don't know, like, maybe this is just a me thing, but sometimes you're like, you know, like, if I just sort of use pattern paper and pop up some ephemera on some foam, I don't know, I feel like it looks like it's sort of what I don't know, it's sort of usual, but I mean, like, if I got a card like that, I'd love it, so I don't know, it's probably just me being in my own head again, because I do that. Okay, we will not consider it cheating. Oh, that's cool, you got a baby Yoda or Grogu? I still wanna call him Yoda. I guess I'm just a bit old school. I do love ephemera too. I mean, I like making it, but I also some days it's like, it's just nice to have a whole pack of it to play with. Thanks, Lisa. Hey, Meg, how are you? I hope you're well. I was just sort of showing off some of the cards that I made yesterday. Um, you've obviously seen the MCA one before, and then I was talking through some of these the craft roulette ones I made, which you've probably seen. I haven't posted these in the group because I've been hanging out with my folks all day, which has been nice. I actually I really like this fall rainbow thing. I'm definitely using that again because I think that would be super cool. Oh, you only miss part of it, but I don't know. They I really like the MCA card the best, I think, just because it's like this cool piece of decor. And like if you didn't really do a focal point, in theory, you could like decorate each side if you wanted to have it as more of like a centerpiece in a table or something. Um, anyway, that was my favorite. Maybe not my favorite card to make because I was worried that I was gonna screw it up per MCA usual, but, thank you. And the other cards I made during the, middle between those 2 blocks when we did Crafty Fun with friends, and I'm still working through my I can show these one at a time. I'm working through Kendra's Card Challenge 11 because I cut it in September and then got busy with work, unfortunately, and then, forgot about it. And now we've moved on to Kendra's Card Challenge 10. Bleh, wow, words today. We've moved on to Kendra's Card Challenge 12, so these aren't part of the contest anymore, but I still need Halloween cards, so I've been finishing these up. And I've just been really into these whole mica sprayed backgrounds lately, so I'm probably going to continue doing that. I feel like they have a very like, I don't know, Halloween vibe, honestly. Just cuz I don't know. Just I feel like a little sparkle is very Halloween. And then this one was kind of unexpected. It came out really good. This is one I mean, I've done this design before and it was part of our card kit swap, so I'm sure you guys have seen it, but it's a really nice way to use up scrap, honestly, because you can do anything you want with the focal piece. And then these are just 1 by 4 inch strips. So I mean it's a great way to use up extra scrap you have around. And they look really cool, depending on what you like. And then I made a silly card. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I have a bunch of cards that I should be mailing but haven't yet. One for a birthday next week, so I better uh I agree. I better mail my birthday card before my bestie in Texas gets all annoyed that like the card came in like the end of the month. But anyway, yeah, I really like them. Um I noticed not on this one, but on a holiday card I made, I don't think I shook it up enough because I don't think whatever the binder is was fully distributed. Because the mica would kind of like come off on your fingers. But anyway, I am a big fan of mica. Plus, I feel like where is it? Let me grab it. It is behind me. Maybe I have this really cool Tim Holtz set from last year's Christmas, I think, and I have this one. You can actually see on the package here. These are fairly true to life colors, except obviously these aren't sparkly. But it's sort of like this really cool blue and a mint and a pink. So they're I don't know, nice non-traditional Christmas colors. I need to find like a real red and a real green and some of that too. But I feel like I have something in a green that's very sprucey. Oh, yeah, if you need any of my links, they're below, but yeah, I feel that way too. Like I bought so way before I did when I was very before I got into card making, I was did a lot of watercolor, which led me into art journaling briefly, and then I realized I don't know. I like the idea of art in junk journals better than doing them. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like it's cool because you're making art for you, but I don't know. Sometimes I just wanna make art that I can give away, so, but they're very I've had some for a long time. Oh, that could be why. Yeah, I mean, I have Krylon, so if it was a situation where I was worried about it, I could just, you know, probably I don't know, I could just go and seal them. Yeah, words today. Hello, my scrapbook loft, how are you? Just sort of recapping some of the World Card Making Day stuff that I did today. I don't know. I still have my tag kit on my desk, so I may make some more Christmas tags, depending on if folks are here. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to show up or if everyone was like napping after World Card Making Day, but oh yes. So this is a good point. You definitely want a spray box because, I don't know if you can tell. This mat isn't too bad. My old mat had like mica spray all over it, and like once it dries, it is tricky to get off anything. Oh, that's right. I've heard hairspray works as a fixative. I have never tried it. Hello, Annie. How are you? Just recapping some of my makes from yesterday. I may make some tags because um, I'm probably not in the mood for a super complicated project today. But what? And this was my last one that I made on the Crafty Fun with Friends stream. And this one is just really silly because the idea was so I had these cute witches ephemera, and this is one of the Kendra's card challenges sketches. But I was thinking, I think if you were like some sort of a creature of the night, that like Halloween would be a special day. So I like use this special day sentiment, which is actually from like a spring friendship card kit. So I don't know that just made me laugh, um, I mean, it's kind of it's very cute Halloween, this I brought in a bit, but I mean, it's sort of like warm grays and lilacs and purples and just a little bit of black, it's like a fun sort of cute, oh, did my camera freeze? I hope not. Huh. That's interesting. It doesn't look like it's frozen, so I'll just continue. Oh, there we go. I guess StreamYard is just being weird to me. Anyway, so that was the last one that I made last night. Um, so I guess we could craft something since we're all here and it's not just like me talking to my cats. Let us see. Opening packages. These all the sounds. Now, who is that? There's like a dude who's like super famous on TikTok for doing that. Something Tyson something. I'll have to look him up, but, I don't know, I was investigating him because, like, he'd shown up in my YouTube feed with, first video, so, not to be super YouTubey today, but, and of course, the cat's here, so I guess we opened up our stream with the right thing, so he may wander through. Anyway, what are you doing, sir? The cat is standing right next to my desk, and he is giving me a very odd look of like, I'm doing exactly what I should be. Anyway, like this guy came across my YouTube feed because he has like one YouTube video. Yeah, you can scooch. He will say hello. Well, actually, they think he's part of my virtual background, but he's very sweet when he's not knocking things over in my craft room. Anyway, but this guy came across my YouTube feed, and wow, that was quite a leap. So my cats are 12, but they think they're like 1 years old. So. Anyway, he came across my YouTube feed for doing a lot of ASMR stuff, and I was surprised because it was sort of like I quit my job to be on YouTube kind of a video that, there's so many of. Hey, Ron, how are you? I guess I should run through my projects again since a bunch of people just swapped in. I'll do it quickly. I don't need to bore you guys. But anyway, he came across my YouTube feed because he made one of those videos, and then I was looking at it, and it got like a bonkers amount of views. Um, and then I started researching him, and he was like super popular on TikTok for doing ASMR craft stuff. I haven't watched a lot of it. Who do you think are good creators to follow for ASMR? I am not that familiar with it as a well, I mean, I'm familiar with it as a concept, but I haven't watched it at all on the YouTubes. I am. I had a marathon 6-hour stream yesterday, Ron. So I was just running through the various projects, but in the wrong order. The coolest thing is probably this guy, if I hold it right side up. It's a star card, but it really basically is it's almost more of a decor piece, but like it does fold flat for mailing, sort of. I didn't actually measure how heavy this thing is, but, um, and it tends to pop in like that. I feel like if I mailed this to someone, I would need to mail one of those instruction cards that explains what the card is. Because I've sometimes not done that, and then I've gotten calls. But anyway, this was the mystery craft along, and I went fall, obviously. But like, I think this would be super neat to do for like a Christmas centerpiece, because you could not put this piece on, and then you could sort of decorate each piece as each sort of, I don't know, face as like sort of its own vignette. Anyway, very neat. It's not a hard card to put together because you basically are just making the same thing 6 times, then gluing it together. What else can we talk about? We can talk about fall. I did a couple fall cards, and this was when we were watching a craft challenge during the watch party stream. This one is really my favorite. I want to do this whole fall rainbow thing on cards again. And sorry, I was out of frame. So I did those two, and then a few Halloween cards because I don't know. It is almost time to send Halloween cards. So these I did as well yesterday. So it was sort of 6 cards, and they were all pretty cool. I don't know. I'm still in that phase of now that it's actually fall for real. I'm like very close to getting into like, oh my god, I need to make some Christmas cards like pronto. Oh, thanks, Annie. I'm glad you liked it. They were fun to make. Like, I don't know. It's weird, like, when I'm on stream. I mean, you guys do coloring streams, so you probably get it, but it's like when you're on stream, you're, like, just doing your thing, and then it's like, "Oh, wow, like, 3 hours are gone. How did that happen?" Yeah, have you seen The Star before, Meg? I'm curious if it's, like, a more well-known thing. I feel like more in, like, the mini album space, it would be fairly well-known. But, I don't know, let's make some tags because these were kinda fun to play with, and I feel like I didn't really give this kid a fair shake because I was trying to reinterpret it for me, and also I found twine and whatever this is. Well, I found this is jute, but I don't know what they call this kind of twine that is. Anyway, these are not from the kit. These came out of my stash, but um, I don't know where I put the. Oh, I think it's right here. Are you right there? No, it isn't. I'm not. I was cleaning up my desk before all the streaming yesterday, so I kind of lost parts of that. But we can also just try to figure these out and make them as designed. heaven forbid. This is a Stampin' Up! Kid that I was just kind of curious to get a vibe for their kids. Apologies if you saw my other stream on that, but they're very prescriptive, which isn't really my vibe, obviously. But before we made this tag, and we made this tag, and we stuck them on cards, and I could just show you the cards, couldn't I? And then we put them on cards, and they looked great. But I think I'll be a good person, and so as to not have Brian shoot me at some point in the future for like do it like talking about product I got from him and then like sort of reinterpreting it without even trying it the right way. But I think I'll make a couple tags because it's still pretty early, even though I managed to just sort of ramble for half an hour about road card making stuff. Yeah, I think they're perfect for room decor or like a centerpiece or I don't know. My mother has these tables. I don't know what they call knickknack tables. I've been informed by my mother they're not called knickknack tables, but they're kind of knickknack tables. I actually want to try this Joy one because I thought I like that vibe. If I can find all the pieces, it would be bad if I like lost the pieces immediately. And these are a little weird in that like they took the trouble to foil these and make them look super pretty, but I don't know why they didn't do the back in some way. Some stuff like this makes sense because you're just gonna glue it down, but like the tags themselves, I wish they had done double sided. But what else do I need? I need a pink thing, and I need this guy. But the nice thing about these is they definitely are like every year I kind of wind up wanting to make fancy tags and then not doing it. So this is the year I'm definitely making tags, and I have way too many tag dies now. I have at least 3 sets I can think of. I have the ones that I used on wherever it went. My cards, they all disappear and then reappear. But I have this tag die set, which I think is my current favorite because it has a like cool, cute little scalloped edge on it. But I think his cat scrappiness has sort of a design your own tag set, which is a really interesting concept. So this basically goes on here, and then you just put the word joy in the center, and then you find another tag to put with the other tag, and it is the pink one. And I mean, like, if you were not talking on a live stream and just doing this, the theory, I believe, with the Stampin' Up! Kits is like that you make whatever the kit makes, but in theory can do the whole kit, like, all in this case, like all 15 tags that you can do that in, I think an hour or less. I'm trying to see if it gives us any further instructions. If it tells us that we can use their odd little hexagons and basically pop this up. So you can, I think the way they expect you to do it is this. So basically, I don't know. I feel like I want to put the joy down first just to not go nuts later. And obviously you could just glue this down too. But the neat thing is these are fairly beefy stickers, which I kind of dig. So I'm going to put this down first so we know what we're going to sort of be attaching. So I'll be good and follow their instructions at least a little bit. And I'm not sure how I like these. I do like that the release paper does what it says and releases. Some of this, we'll see. I think I just need to make sure that all the so I did manage to glue it wrong, so I think what we will do is just glue this down to the other tag, because we have glue and can do that, and then you still have the back of this tag if you wanna write something on there. So I guess that would be the counterpoint to the thing I said about wanting the back of the tags finished, which is that, well, if you wanna sort of leave them as more of a place you can write things, you can certainly do that, and that makes sense too, so I'm just gonna glue this down. I'm just gonna glue it down, and I don't know, I think that works. You could I guess I can show you what they suggest in terms of using the wrong twine, but we'll do that anyway. Basically, they suggested about 8.5 inches, which would be kind of here. But I mean, obviously, you can use whatever you want. But then all you have to do to sort of make these more to a usable tag, if you weren't going to, if you wanted to use it more like, I don't know, as like an thing to put on a goodie bag, which fun fact, I'm going to be making some tags for my mom's art sale, uh, which isn't coming up until December, but she's going on vacation soon. So, well, in November. So I will probably be doing those sooner rather than later. Anyway, basically, you just stick the make a loop in the middle, stick the loop through, and then stick the ends through. These ends are not very even, but we will fix that. And then you can just make the loop as big as you want, but then you can just go and do that, and it looks all rusticy and whatnot. And then you could, like, if you're gonna tie this onto like a bag handle, you definitely have enough space to do that. So there you go. We are doing. Hey, Lynn, how are you? It's great to see you. See, I have that problem too. It's like, do you ever have that thing? I mean, like, this happened all the time when I was on call for work, where it would be like you'd get paged at, like, midnight, right? And then, like, you'd be mentally awake, so, like, it took you a while to fall asleep, but, then you would actually sleep, and then it would be sort of like, "I need to sleep more," but my body knows that it's, like, 8 o'clock and I need to get up. I don't know. I think these are cute as designed. I think especially if you glue the top tag down versus, like, just sort of stringing them together. I think I mind that this tag isn't finished on the back less if you glue it down, but then you have sort of a solid unit. And like if I got this on a present, I'd be like, wow, that's kind of cool. It's got foiling. And then you have the back to write things on. So I don't know. I feel like I might have been a little harsh about the not having it finished. But I do prefer, like, I don't know. I think I've been watching too many like really fancy tags recently where, it's like um what's her name who, like, does the Empress and is on HSN all the time? Anna something. Thanks. I've been playing with the remnants of the kid I was playing with before, so I don't know, I was sort of like, I need something that's not very complicated because, like, I don't know, after streaming, like, I couldn't I, like, fell asleep, but I don't know, I didn't sleep all that restfully anyway, so I was kinda like, I'm just having sort of a lazy Sunday. Plus, it's like super fall here, which I don't know if it's fall in your neck of the woods or not. Oh, sorry to hear that. I hope everything goes well. I recall, who was it? I don't think it was my aunt, but someone was having like sort of outpatient surgery, and it was like they had to be there. I mean, like the surgery was at like early o'clock, so it's like they had to like leave their house at like 3 a.m. and it's like, ugh. Like, hospital's icky enough without getting up in the middle of the night. Well, I don't know. I think we can make one more of these, and then I may call it a day or an evening or whatever. And I say that because the snowman kind of fell out, and we will figure out what he is supposed to be, other than cute, which he's definitely cute. And I didn't notice this because I don't read instructions, but they actually have little thingies. I don't think it's coming through on camera, but they have actual like placement ideas for their little foam tape. Sorry, foam hexes. They probably have a name. They're called. I do like the hex as an idea though, because it's like a lot easier to grab onto than normal one. Or wow, words today. It's a lot easier to grab onto than here's our snowman. So we need the similar. Oh, this is the one I wanted to. This one was the one that I may want to futz with. Of course, the one that I was like, we will do an easy thing. But what I think is, I'm still not sold on the idea of like not having fully cut the ephemera. But anyway, I guess it's a Stampin' Up! Kit thing. I don't quite get it. Like most of the other kits I've bought, are like, I don't know, a little bit more totally done, I guess. Although, as I think we talked about last time, like these do actually work as masks if you want to like have a tag that is this size. Like you could tape that down and sort of spray it off and do all the things if you so desired. But I think I would like to perhaps tealify this base tag because oh look, I have teal ink on my desk. Aren't we shocked? Um, that's a blue. I guess blue is close enough to teal. Actually, I think I just found more. I found more brushes. I did. I don't have a teal one, but I have a pink one. I don't know. It's funny. I was like cleaning up for the actual like live stream stuff, and then I was like, I don't know. I kept finding products that I'm like, oh, these are really cool products. I should use these. But anyway, let me see who I'm missing. Oh, what's going on with Cordelia? Ouch. Well, that's no fun. Ew. I hope he feels better. That sounds not great. I don't know. It was like, I mean, the fun of having parents who are a certain age is like my mom, who has never had shingles, was telling me all about how bad shingles was. So, anyway, I guess as one of the kids who like existed, ooh, I like this color. This is actually taking ink really well. Okay. I'm not mad at you. But like, since I never got the varicella vaccine because had already gotten chicken pox, she was like, "Guess what? You'll have shingles someday, and it's probably gonna really suck." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks, mom." Yes, I think this is better. I was watching somebody's video on this kit, and they had suggested like actually stamping on this tag. Because if you do a little something something, that then the snowman is more of an element and less of a it's all the same color. But I think I'll pop them up because we have things to pop them up. I don't know if you're supposed to pop them up. Oh, I guess you are. I don't know. What can I say? It's a little bit of a circus today, I think. But I will say I do like these better, I think. Oh, let me. Yeah. Well, it's funny because Mary Gunn from Craft Roulette just got a bunch of Catherine Pooler ink, and she's like, "Yeah, you don't wanna leave it around with the, like, tops off because you're going to put your hand in it, and then it's going to cause you some issues." And, yes, I've done that a lot, or, like, dyed my hand purple, but, you know, as one does when crafting. I like him, he's cute. Um, I don't think I'd like it this is sort of as engineered, and I like a little more color variance, I guess. Oh, and it suggests a sentiment. What are you? You say, "Be merry." I like that. I use that one a lot, actually. They suggest putting it right across his, I don't know, feet, bottom ball, whatever the part of his stone is that touches the ground. Uh, Weird things said on live streams, I guess, is sort of like, I don't know, yesterday I was sort of like, you know, it would be fun to, like, clip some of these live streams and just make a soundboard of, like, crafters saying silly things, because there was a lot of that going on at a certain point, and a lot of it was by me, but, other people are silly occasionally too. Yes, I don't know, like, our crafty group needs, like, a terminological expert or something for, explaining what things are called on, like, mythical creatures and inanimate objects that doesn't sound very bizarre. I think I'm getting glue on there, or at least enough to glue this together, or I need to recharge my glue. We'll see. Luckily, this glue holds pretty well, but, it may need what I found is every so often, like, I'll need to actually, because these are water-based glues, I'll actually need to go in and, like, add some distilled water to dilute it out so yeah. I don't know. But I don't know. I think this one came out great. I like Be Merry as a sentiment. I definitely like these tags just glued together as opposed to tied together. I mean, I like the idea of putting a tie on because you're going to probably tie it on something. But I don't know. I think we will probably wrap it a little early tonight as it is almost the start of a new week. And we have made a lot of crafts this weekend. But anyway, these are the two we made here. Definitely, I think this kit with a little bit of extra ink, like, is actually a pretty good deal because it will pretty much get me through Christmas, and it's a lot more impressive than I usually buy just those adhesive tags, so I don't know, I'm pretty much a fan, I think. See you, Lisa, have a good rest of your day. We're just wrapping up, but anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I don't let me see when we will talk to each other again. I am not part of a Crafty Fun Friends stream this week because I think that's with Biddy Penny. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lynn, but um anyway, I don't think I'm streaming Saturday, but we'll be back here Sunday, and if anything super neat comes, I'm debating maybe doing a midweek video or a midweek video or live to open up my first package ever from Jaded Blossom. I'm interested to see what their stuff looks like in real life. So, yeah, it is Bitty Penny. So, definitely head over to Lynn's channel, which is LB Handcrafted, and do that on Saturday at 4 p.m. Central or 2 p.m. Pacific or whatever that translates to in your time zone, because Biddy Penny is actually one of the most interesting people, I think, to listen to often, just because she has a really unique take on everything. But anyway, thanks for checking me out. Hope you guys have a great day. And anything else, feel free to throw it notes in the comment section, because I'm always happy to make videos if there's particular things you guys want to look at. So anyway, that is all for me tonight, and I hope you guys have a great one.